So first and foremost, they're entering the workforce, right? Their expectations are very different, and a lot of organizations are not prepared. So as Katie was saying, one of them is obviously workplace, right? Whether it's remote or this thing, that's just one of the many challenges that companies are going to face. And the major challenges is going to be with performance, right? And having setting the right expectations for them. See, Gen Z are very smart workers, right? They know to use the right tool for the job. But in order to get the best out of them, it is extremely important for an organization to give that clarity and purpose, right? If the organizations are not very comfortable doing that, Gen Z are most likely to leave the organization. So they have, in fact, there are so many surveys out there, like especially Deloitte has this really good report on Gen Z, where they say that they want to be very transparent about the performance reviews. They want to talk to each other on a regular basis. They want to talk with the manager and say, hey, am I doing it right? Is this what you're expecting? Right? So they are like more into career opportunities. They want growth opportunities. In fact, the same Deloitte study actually said that they are more likely to take growth opportunities over compensation. So that is a very surprising metric. So as I was telling you, Gen Z focus on their wants, not their needs. So when that automatically happens, you're going to see a paradigm shift, right? So that's the first reason why, right? Second, so Adobe actually did this like experiment in their organization, where for the entire organization, they started adopting a more clear like methodology of setting goals and having regular check-ins. And when they actually did this, they saw a 26% increase in productivity. And folks, we all know 26% increase in productivity is an enormous number, right? So additionally, as part of the same engagement, right? Sorry, as part of the same experiment, they also noticed a 30% uptick in engagement. And for Gen Z, engagement is like a really important metric, because the more motivated they are, the more better they're going to perform. And I mean, this is true for all generations, but for Gen Z, it becomes a very important factor, especially since they are working for their wants, right? So after this, they actually chose to adopt this in their organization as a full-time system. They put it as a process and they started adopting this. So we are seeing this work in big companies, right? So it's about the effort that we need to put in order for such a system to go in. Always there's that effort that goes in, and there are a lot of expectations from all these different stakeholders. It's about that single purpose and drive. If that happens, you're going to see all of these metrics improve, right? And the final thing is retention and top talent, right? So obviously, if you have a top performer, right, it is very important for them to know how are you actually measuring their performance, right? What is important for them? What are they supposed to focus on, right? Now when you actually tell that to them clearly, hey, this is how you're contributing and this is how I'm going to measure you, right? They're more likely to stay in your organization because they know this is how they're going to be measured. It's very transparent for them and they don't have to figure things out. You lay the path and you just say, hey, run. So that's as good as it. So I feel like these four reasons are going to be really important. And I think a lot of companies can resonate with this, right? You want people to stay in the organization. You want to actually build a thriving workforce. So that is something that's very important.